Ever stop to think about how your fitness tracker knows your heart rate every single second? Or how a stock trading app can display those price changes in like real time? Well, the answer lies in this really cool, special kind of database we're going to break down today, the time series database, or TSDB for short. And if you're working with any kind of data that has a timestamp, you're definitely going to want to know about these.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a little question. Take a look at these three completely different worlds. You've got the constant chatter of server logs, the crazy pace of financial markets, and the steady, rhythmic pulse of industrial sensors. What is the one thing they all have in common? Well, they each generate this relentless, nonstop stream of data, and every single data point has one crucial thing attached to it, a timestamp.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the data of time, what it is, then why it needs its own purpose-built database. We'll meet the key players in the open source world, show you a super quick 5-minute setup, and then wrap it all up with why this matters now. First things first, let's really nail down the foundation here. We have to understand exactly what we mean when we say time series data.
You know, it's actually beautifully simple. Time series data is exactly what it sounds like, a series of data points all ordered in time. Just think of it like a diary, but for a machine or a system. And the most important thing to get is that the timestamp isn't just some extra piece of info. No, it's the primary way the data is organized. It's what gives it all its context and meaning.
So you might be thinking, hey, can't I just use my regular SQL or NoSQL database for this? And yeah, the answer is you could, but honestly, that's kind of like trying to use an adjustable wrench for every single repair job. It might work eventually, but it's not the right tool for the job, and it's for sure not the most efficient. Let's talk about why.
And that, my friends, is where the time series database, the TSDB, comes into the picture. It's a specialized database. It's built from the ground up to do one thing: efficiently store and retrieve timestamp data. Those two words, efficiently stores and retrieves, that's the whole ballgame right there.
This slide lays it out perfectly. A traditional database, it's like a Swiss Army knife, super handy, a general purpose tool that can do a lot of things pretty well, but a TSDB is more like a high-powered funnel. It's a specialist. It's designed to do one thing absolutely brilliantly: suck in massive amounts of time series data at insane speeds, and then let you ask questions about it based on time. So, just to sum it up, the advantages are huge. TSDBs use all these clever compression tricks to store data way more efficiently, which is a really big deal when you're talking about billions of data points. They're also optimized for time-based queries, so you get your answers back so much faster. And really, they're just built to handle the unique workload of time series data, which is usually tons and tons of writes and reads that are almost always focused on the most recent stuff.
Okay, so you're sold, right? You need a TSDB. The great news is there are some absolutely fantastic open source options out there. So let's meet 3 of the most popular ones from our source material. First up, we have Graphite. Now, Graphite is one of the originals, one of the older players in the game, and it's known for being super simple and just rock-solid reliable. Its whole philosophy is basically do one thing and do it well, and that one thing is storing and graphing time series data. It's a focused, dependable workhorse.
Next on our list is InfluxDB. This one is all about performance. It is incredibly fast. Plus, it comes with its own query language that feels a lot like SQL, which makes it a really easy jump for many developers. If you need to ingest and query data at like lightning speed for real-time monitoring or IoT, InfluxDB is a name you're going to hear over and over again. And last but definitely not least is Prometheus. Prometheus has such a cool origin story. It was actually built at SoundCloud to handle all their monitoring. And since then, it's pretty much become the gold standard for monitoring in the whole world of containers and Kubernetes. It's an absolute powerhouse in the DevOps space, famous for its powerful data model and alerting. So, the big question, which one should you pick? Well, it really depends on what you need. You've got to think about your specific use case, what your data actually looks like, how much of it there is, and of course, what tech your team is already using. There's just no single right answer for everyone. Okay, now for the really fun part. Theory is great and all, but nothing beats getting your hands dirty. And believe it or not, thanks to Docker and the repository this whole explainer is based on, you can get a TSDB up and running in like 5 minutes. Let's walk through it. It really is this easy. Step 1. Clone the repository. Step 2, change into the directory for the database you want to try out, Graphite, InfluxDB, or Prometheus. And then step 3, just follow the super simple instructions in the README. It's usually just running one Docker command. That's it.
And there's the command right there on the screen for you. I mean it. Go ahead and pause, open up a terminal, and just clone it. The repository even has a little Python script to generate some random data, so you can start messing around with it right away. It is absolutely the fastest way to go from zero to a working TSDB.
Okay, let's pull back and look at the big picture for a second. We've talked about the what, the why, and the how, but why is this topic just exploding in importance right at this very moment?
I just love this quote. It totally gets to the heart of it. We live in a world where everything is generating data with a timestamp. Our phones, our cars, our smart homes, you name it. And being able to dig through all that data effectively, well, it's not some niche skill for a few specialists anymore. It's a fundamental requirement for pretty much anyone working with data today. And that really leads us to our final thought here. As the cost to collect and store data just keeps plummeting, everything, and I mean everything, is becoming a sensor. Your car, your code, your city, it's all generating time series data. So the real question to leave you with is this: what data are you going to start tracking? And what amazing insights are you going to find?